Good morning. What day is it? Hump day! Mike. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So I talked to you about the homeless guy yesterday from Dallas that we all got a ticket for. And then I pull up my Facebook feed and there he is. I haven't seen this guy post anything in forever. And of course I've, got quite a few Facebook people. And all of a sudden, bang, there's the homeless guy from Dallas. Whatever you focus on, you get. His entire message on Facebook was about how 2020 was a great year for him in many ways because of all the time that he spent with family, because of all of the things that he got to work on personally, and he went on and on and on. Now, his business is public speaking. So his business disappeared for a period of time in 2020. But that's not what he's focusing on. This person is an example for us of focus and attitude dictate your altitude. And, again, all of these cliches are cliches, but they're cliches for a reason. There's a reason that everybody who's successful says the same thing. This guy ended up in that seminar in Dallas 4 years ago simply because of his attitude. He made a decision that he was going to be part of this. And he showed up and he started working with the crew even though he wasn't supposed to be part of the crew. And normally that would be something that would be resisted, but he was so positive and he didn't have anything. He was there, he had no resources. He didn't have his water bottle and his snacks and his this and that. He didn't have any of that stuff. But he was there and wanted to be part of this event, and he was working his tail. I'm going to go off Wi-Fi. He was there simply to be present in that environment and to give what he could. That's all that he was doing. He had an opportunity to be close to this type of situation, and he wanted to be there. Then all of a sudden he got a ticket, and then because of us, a message got to Tony to call on this guy, and it changed his life. He didn't show up with an intention for it to change his life as much as he showed up for an intention that he was going to be part of this event in this community because he knew that he would get something out of it. When he did get those opportunities, he didn't look, he could have spent the whole time talking about, here's why it's not going to work. Here's why it's not going to be wrong. I'm homeless. I don't have the ability to go do this stuff. I don't have the resources. I don't have the resources for food. I don't have the resources for water. I don't have anywhere to be, nobody's going to want me. He could have focused on all of that stuff. Once he got the ticket, he could have said, I don't have the time. I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't do it for however many reasons. I mean, he had physical things going on. He didn't have, he was homeless. He hadn't bathed. He hadn't done this yet. He could have used every excuse in the book. Here's why it won't work. But instead, all he focused on was the joy of being alive. I remember this guy when he was first around. He was just full of energy and full of life. That's all that he was about. And you could tell that it was genuine. So when he got into the seminar, he didn't look at, here's what won't work. He looked at, what can I get out of this? So he was there, he was taking his notes. He didn't have access to anything. This was in an arena. So, he didn't have access to food because he didn't have any money, but he didn't focus on that. The only water that he could do was he had to go out and drink out of the water fountain and then come back in, but he didn't focus on that either. And it wasn't long, and without asking, people started buying him stuff. Then after that event, when he got offered, by a platinum partner, I'm going to take you to the platinum events, he could have gone, I don't have clothes, I don't have this, I don't have that, are they really going to pay for it? He could have focused on what was going to go wrong, but he didn't. He dove in and he focused on what was amazing, and when he got to these events, he went all in with everything that he had. He utilized every possible resource and moment to his advantage, and it's completely changed his life. And now in 2020, when his business has been completely shut down, he's continued that attitude. He's not sitting there saying, oh my God, this year has been terrible. I mean, even Tony is quick to admit this year has had a lot of challenges for him. He's had to reinvent himself. But now he's also looking at it going, this has also created unbelievable opportunities to get to so many more people than he ever thought possible. So this guy, his message to everybody is, oh yeah, my business got shut down for a long period of time in 2020. But I've had an opportunity to work on myself. I've had an opportunity to be with my family. I've had an opportunity to grow in an incredible way. Where focus goes, energy flows. And your attitude creates your altitude. If you want to find everything that's wrong, you can. That's easy to do. But you can also find what's right. You can also find where there's an opportunity. And that's your choice. Your reality is based upon what you focus on. Remember our triad? Physiology, language, focus/belief. Those three things create a triad which decides how you feel about everything. That's the lens that you look through the world. Is your lens colored rose or is your lens colored black? Are you looking for everything that's wrong or do you look for the opportunities? Do you look for what could go right? And based upon that, that decides your life. I mean, if you go to a party, if two people go to a party, and one person focuses on a couple that's in a fight, and another person focuses on a couple that's being very romantic, they're kissing and very passionate with each other, and another person focuses on a group that are telling jokes and laughing. When they leave and you ask them, how was that party, you're going to get three different opinions. One person's going to say, well, the party was very intense. It was very tense. There were people who were not getting along. One person's going to say, well, that party was very sensuous. There was people who were really getting into each other. And one person's going to say, that party was hilarious. There was people who were telling jokes and being incredibly funny. Whatever we focus on is what we get. And, it was great to remember that guy because that he showed up with nothing but pure energy and joy and changed his life simply because of that. He put himself in proximity, and when he got in proximity, all he did was attract success through his attitude. And remember, Jim Rohn said forever, we don't create success, we don't find success, we attract it. We attract it with who we are, with what we do, and with our energy, because our energy attracts the people that are around us. Remember we talked about leaders, when they expand themselves, when they go beyond their comfort zone, then they attract people. Well, the same is true with business. When you're growing and you're expanding, then you start attracting people who want to be around people who are successful. And you attract the right people, then your business is going to grow. Same is true in your personal relationships. Same is true for all of us. So, a great lesson from our man in Dallas that attitude creates altitude. And it did for him, and it changed his life. And it changed ours too. Because we saw, here we are with all the resources in the world going, oh, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. And here's this guy who has nothing, and he's out energizing all of us. And we're going, okay, well, I guess we better up our game. I have two things for you guys. So, number one, I was invited to crew Tony Robbins' Business Mastery 2, which is the same weekend as I told you we would do our seminar. I told you guys first that I would do the seminar. If anybody cannot do the seminar on the following week, I think it's the 16th, so it will be the third Saturday, please tell me today. If everybody can do it, then you don't need to say anything. But if there's anybody that cannot, that was planning on doing the seminar on the second Saturday, I think that's the 9th, and you can't do it on the 16th, just please leave a message today, and we will do it on the 9th, because I promised you guys first that I would do that. If everybody's available on the 16th, then awesome. We'll move it to the 16th, and I'll crew the business mastery. But you guys are more important. I promised you guys first. Secondly, tomorrow I'm traveling to California to go see my daughter. I wasn't sure that that was going to happen, but it is going to happen. So I will talk to you about it tomorrow morning because I'll be up even earlier. But for a couple of days, my morning's not going to be at 4:30. I don't mind getting up and doing it at 2:30 there, but I have nowhere that I can do it. I can't do it in the apartment because I'll wake up the people around in the apartment and we can't go outside because there's restrictions with regards to that. You can get a ticket. So I'll still be doing it, but it'll be more like during the day as opposed to at 4:30 in the morning. Sorry about that. Everybody have a great day. I hope the message resonated and made sense. Can't wait to talk to all you guys on the seminar. It's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be all day. We'll start in the morning and we'll go into the evening. It's going to be a donation, and it's going to be an opportunity for all of us to learn a bunch of stuff and learn about each other and get together and talk about all of these things and start off the new year. And I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Morning to my Uncle Bill, Dolores. Great to see you. Mr. Williams, great to see you. Miranda, you're on this morning. Hey, good morning. Heather, good morning. Beth, oh my God, Beth, great to see you, dear. How are you? Happy holidays. And I hope we run into each other soon. Have a great day, everybody. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.